High in the Andes Mountains lies Cusco, once the heart of the Inca Empire, where ancient stone streets meet colonial charm and every corner feels alive with history. From the bustling Plaza de Armas to the sacred sites perched above the city, watching over Cusco for centuries. Beyond Cusco, the Sacred Valley spreads out, a world of soaring mountains, winding rivers, and villages that feel frozen in time, where the past is still woven into everyday life. Ollantaytambo rises like a living museum, its terraces and streets still echoing the Incan spirit that built it. Moray's circular terraces curve perfectly into the earth, and the Mata's salt mines shimmer like white crystals under the sun. In Chinchero, tradition lives on. Colorful textiles, alpacas wander in the streets, and a culture that's been passed down for generations. And just when you think you've seen it all, the path climbs higher, leading to the breathtaking colors of Rainbow Mountain.
We're two former educators who traded the classroom for the open road. After years of teaching about the world, we set out to experience it for ourselves, exploring new places, tasting local flavors, and connecting with people and cultures across the globe. Through our travels, we share stories that inspire curiosity and make the world feel a little bit closer for everyone. Subscribe and join our journey today.
So we just left our Airbnb and we're going to do a day tour here in Cusco. We're going to go to some of the ruins in and around the city, Coricancha being one of them, Saxe Woman being another. And we just got here yesterday, and so we went from an elevation of around 500 feet or right above sea level to about 11,000. So it's truly taken our breath away, and the city itself is taking our breath away. And as you can see, it's just extremely beautiful. And this is actually Coricancha right here. So when we take the tour, they'll be taking us inside. We'll get an opportunity to see that. And then we'll also see a couple of other ruins in and around the city. So it's just beautiful here. It's a gorgeous day. And we're looking forward to it.
We just left the plaza, and as we were walking, we found this really cute coffee shop called Florencia y Fortunata. It is a woman-owned coffee shop right here in Cusco. Their mission or goal is to close the gender gap between men and women in the coffee industry. So I ordered a flat white. It was really, really good. It was probably the best coffee I've had since I have been in Peru. And Rani ordered an iced chocolate drink, which the chocolate here is so delicious. And the food here was really good too. As you can see, Rani ordered an avocado toast, and I ordered a caprese sandwich, and both were really, really good. So we're gonna finish up before we head out into our tour today.
So we're here in the Plaza de Armas in the heart of Cusco. And Cusco is a city that was founded in the 12th century. And it's the heart of the Incan Empire. The Incan Empire flourished for over 3 centuries. And right around 1533, the Spanish came in. But prior to that, Cusco was the cultural, religious, political, and economical heart of the Incan Empire. You can see multiple people out. There are walking tours going on. And it's just a place to be if you ever make it to Cusco.
First, we stopped by Coricancha, once the most important Inca temple dedicated to the sun god. When the Spanish arrived, they built the church right on top of it, and today you can still see both, the original Inca stonework and the colonial church above. Inside, there's a display of Jesus Christ, showing how Spanish rule reshaped local beliefs and replaced much of the Inca spirituality that once thrived here.
We're here visiting Coricancha, and when you come to the backside of it, what a view that you get of Cusco, and the signs with El Peru in the background. It's just absolutely stunning. So we're hiking up to Sacsayhuaman.
We just arrived to Sacsayhuaman.
Was the father of Pachacutec. His name was Viracocha. The most important Incas of the Inca Empire were, for example, since the number 8, Viracocha, Pachacutec, Tupac Inca Yupanqui, who ordered to build Chinchero Inca site that we have like a 50-minute driving from Cusco, and Huayna Capac. And who was Huayna Capac? Was the father of the last Incas of the Inca Empire, of Huáscar and Atahualpa. But Huáscar and Atahualpa, they spend the time no building this kind of beautiful Inca site that we have nowadays. They spend the time fighting each other because one of them want to be the Inca, the leader of the Inca Empire. And of course, the winner was Atahualpa, and he was captured by the Spanish couple years later by the Spanish.
So we finally reached the archaeological site of Sacsayhuaman, and the site was built in the 15th century by Pachacute. And the site is a military defense for the city of Cusco, because Cusco was the heart of the Incan Empire. But unfortunately, the Spanish came in and they destroyed most of this site. But what is here remains, and it's one of the most important places in the history of not only Cusco, but also Peru.
We're just in awe to see how this was built. I mean, these rocks are 3 or 4 times my height and weigh over 100 tons. It's incredible to even think about how they built this years ago. And it's also incredible to see how it wasn't even built with mortar. So the rocks are perfectly shaped and interconnected, and you can't even like slide a card through them. So we're gonna continue up here. We're gonna get a closer look so you guys can see just how big these rocks are. It's very similar to Stonehenge, if you've ever been there in England. So yeah, come on, let's go check them out. I think this rock right here is the largest rock here. So what we're gonna see how big it is in comparison to my height. Maybe 3, 4 times my height? That's crazy. We're just leaving our tour at Sacsayhuaman.
Sacsayhuaman.
And we're heading to our next destination now.
It's another archaeological ruin here in Cusco.
Yeah, it's just a few minutes away. And so far, I feel like we're doing pretty well with the altitude. It is really windy, but I think we aren't suffering as much.
Yeah,
There have been some people on our tour that were experiencing some of the symptoms of altitude sickness. So it's really important, if you guys do come here, to make sure that you are hydrated, you acclimate, you take your altitude sickness medication. You can either get that at your pharmacy from a doctor, or you can wait until you come to Cusco or to Lima in Peru and get it from the pharmacy here.
Make sure you
take it easy when you come
yeah.
here. Your first meal should be a light meal. Avoid alcohol, and just try to acclimate as much as possible before you go on any tours or before you go to Machu Picchu.
We'll see you at the next site.
It's so beautiful.
So I think we're at our last site, Tombo Mai Chai, or Tambo Mai Chai. And
It is high in altitude.
it is high in altitude. As you can see it behind us. But we're going higher up. And when we say high in altitude, we're talking 3,860 meters. I don't know what that is in feet, but it's high.
It's high, and it's colder up here. We put on our jackets.
It's probably close to 12,000 feet or something. I'll give you the exact calculations when we post this.
After that, we visited a few more spots around Cusco. First up was Canco, this fascinating Inca site carved right into the rock, with little tunnels and altars they once used for ceremonies. Then we stopped at Puca Pucara, which means Red Fortress. It's set up on a hill with awesome views over the valley. You can totally see why it was a lookout point back in the day. We finished the day with dinner at Don Tomas. Great local dishes, super cozy vibe. And then we took a nice evening stroll through the plaza to end the night before heading out to the Sacred Valley in the morning.
So we're here staying in the town of Ollantaytambo, which is about an hour and a half outside of the city of Cusco. And it's within the Sacred Valley, and we just absolutely fell in love with this place when we came here years back. So rather than staying in Cusco, we decided to stay here in the Sacred Valley, particularly Ollantaytambo, which is where we are again right now, and Urubamba. So we're walking to the town, and we're going to see the archaeological ruins that they have here.
When we came here years ago, we fell in love with this town. It is one of the only Incan towns that is still intact today. The water aqueducts and the structures of the homes and the cobblestone streets are all the same as they were built in the 1500s.
And the town was built by the same Incan Empire, Pachacutec, who conquered Cusco and all of the other towns within the Sacred Valley region. So it's actually just very quaint and very eclectic, if you will, when you get an opportunity to walk around this town.
So in order to get here to this trailhead, you can start off in the town center. You're going to go onto Calle Principal and make a left on Calle Lares. And on that street, you will see the water aqueduct. And as you are strolling down that road, you will see a sign that will say pottery. And that is where the trailhead is. We missed it on our first take, and then we ended up finding it on our way back. So we walked up that little street, and now we are on the trailhead, and this trail has a lot of uneven rocks and there are no railings. So if you do decide to hike this trail, just make sure that you're very careful.
So as we were hiking up, we reached this midway point, or this Mirador, so to speak, and down below us, you can see the town of Ollantaytambo, and we're just in awe of the immensity here in the Sacred Valley and how mesmerizing and breathtaking it is. So again, we're halfway up. We're going to hike up further to the granaries here, as you can see them. And those again were the storehouses where they stored the maize and the other grains, because it's a natural refrigeration this high up in altitude. So we're just gonna sit here for a little bit more and take it all in. I see. This is an amazing view. An amazing spot, babe. Oh my God.
He says, careful, careful. He's talking to you.
Yeah. Oh man. It's breathtaking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how you could see the town and everything from up here.
Yeah.
But I am nervous about the way down.
We'll be fine. I'll be in front of you. If you gotta fall on somebody, fall on me. Right, babe?
Yeah, the way up is easy. The way down is crazy.
Yeah.
We finally made it up here. We're gonna head in and we're gonna check it out. Let's go. Oh wow. It's really breezy in here. I can tell why they like stored food in here, because it is chilly like a refrigerator. And it has these lookout points so you could see the whole entire town. Wow. I'm just more amazed. The higher we go up, the more incredible it is. Once we get down, we're gonna show you how far up we climbed, but we have to get down first and I am petrified. Oh. Let's keep exploring.
So we just finished our hike up to Pinkuylluna, and it was a great hike. We truly enjoyed it. And now we're gonna head back down to the square and grab a bite to eat at a restaurant. So come walk with us. It's a beautiful walk. So these guys are the porters that if you were going to take the Inca Trail and you wanted to hike that for 4 or 5 days, these would be the guys that would either carry your huge backpacks and also carry the food and the tents and everything that they set up as you go day to day on the trail. So we're here at the archaeological site of Ollantaytambo, and this massive complex is a complex that's built with terraces. They also have these defensive walls and these temples here. So we're gonna head up there and check it out and see what it's all about.
So we just got here to the archaeological site and there are these cute llamas and alpacas that are right behind us, and we were trying to get a picture with one of them. And it just like came running down and jumped on somebody. So they're cute, but they are feisty. Oh my goodness. So alpacas in the Andean culture are really important, not only because of the fur, they use them for their clothing and to keep them warm, but they also use them for food here. So when you do come to Peru, you should try alpaca steak or an alpaca burger because it is quite delicious. It's like a leaner, oh my God, I'm crying. I'm still laughing so hard. I'm sorry. Because it is a leaner like type of meat. So, ooh. All right, we're gonna keep exploring.
So we're here today, but yesterday we were up there at the Pinkuylluna Granaries, and you could just see that massive rock that it sits over there. And again, we talked about it yesterday with its the purpose of those granaries, which were storehouses for grains and maize and other agricultural products. But today we get to see it from this angle.
the Andean stairmasters. They actually built these stairs as a way to, for the defense, right? Because it's really hard to get up. So we are already out of breath and we are walking up. We just reached the military zone and we're going to show some of the defensive walls that were built here.
So you can see as we traverse up how these walls would provide defense, especially from a vantage point of this high up. Definitely in particular when the conquistadors came, and these fortified walls provided ample protection. Of course, it wasn't successful, as you know, because the Spanish conquered this area. However, this was a great defense, or a great attempt at defending the entire Incan Empire here. So you can take a look at some of these other fortified walls down here, and you can see some of the holes where you could actually look through from a point to see what was happening down below. Woo! Oh man.
We finally made it up here.
Yes, we did.
Woo!
Woo, woo, woo. So just enjoy this view with us. Again, just indescribable, right, babe?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
This is truly indescribable. I don't want this wind to blow my hat off.
Yeah, because
It's
it's
crazy.
already. Oh my
It
god.
definitely did.
We were taking pictures and the hat just flew off the ledge.
Yeah.
And of course, he has to like.
I have to get my hat.
So he's like.
Yeah, listen, I have to get my hat.
Yeah, I'm like, do not do that, please.
Yeah,
I got a daredevil on my hands.
that she does. So, again, we're on the top of Ollantaytambo's archaeological site. This is a trail that most tourist groups don't follow up to. Individually, people may come up here, but the tourist groups don't. In particular, definitely older people. Or the tourist groups just won't take them up here at all. Anyone, no matter what your age is.
I think it's just like a longer trek, and they probably have multiple things to do.
That's true too, definitely. So just enjoy it, just the immensity of it all. So it's early morning here in Ollantaytambo, and we came to one of the highest points here. It's one of the miradors here, and you can see the town below us. And it's just, it's mesmerizing in so many ways, just the immensity of it all. And to see the valley below the mountains and then the river that actually runs through it. It's amazing. And if you look directly straight ahead, you can actually see a rainbow.
So we left Ollantaytambo and we are on a day trip right now, and our first stop is here at Moray. We are the first ones here because we hired a private taxi with Taxi Datum. We'll put the link in the description below. And it is raining. So we were not prepared for that. And on the way up here, we saw this beautiful rainbow. It was really cool.
This is one of the more unique archaeological sites here in Peru. The reason why is these are actual terraces, and these terraces have different microclimates. And those microclimates allow the Incans to actually grow over 200 products. So when you look at these, it's actually sort of like a laboratory, so to speak. But one would come here, if you didn't know, you would think it was an amphitheater, because as you look at it, you can see little circles, and then it's sort of like seats where everyone would be watching someone down below. So this archaeological site is definitely unique and was one of the most important places here in the Incan Empire during those times. So it's really a sight to behold here.
We just arrived to the salt mines in Maras, and when we arrived here in 2018, we were unable to come. So we're super excited about being here. These salt mines were formed over 110 million years ago during the formation of the Andes Mountains. And what's really cool about these salt mines, there's over 3,000 of them. There are hypersaline stream underneath them, and the sun dries out the water, which forms the salt.
And just as they produce the salt, you can see the guys have them bagged and they're bringing them onto the truck now. And the great thing about these salt pools is they're owned strictly by the families from the Maras Pueblo. And it's passed down from generation to generation. And if there was an issue arising about the pools between someone in the community, there's one particular lady who comes in and she actually takes over. From what I'm hearing is they don't really get to that point because people do stay within the strict confines of the pools here. But the great thing is that these pools cannot be bought or sold.
We just left the salt mines and we made a quick stop here at Huaypo Lake. And as you can see behind us here is the lake, but this area is really well known for its agriculture. So it's really beautiful to see as we're driving through these mountains and seeing all of these areas here. This lake also has some pedal boats where you could go and do pedal boarding, or there's a lot of areas here where you could take pictures and stuff like that. So it's a great place to stop and just relax for a little bit.
Hi. Hi. Hola. Hi. Hi.
This is suri. We have different types, the alpacas.
Okay.
This is suri.
Okay.
The other is huacayo.
So Suri and Wakayu.
Yes.
Okay.
Different shapes, the alpaca.
Okay.
It's like a dog.
Oh.
Yeah. It's choco.
Oh, Choco.
Yes.
Choco. Oh. Oh, es diferente.
Yes, different.
Oh. Es muy diferente.
Yes.
Hi. 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 Oh.
Let's go with the llamas.
Okay. Come. Good. I'll feed you. I'll feed you. You just snatch it. Let me see those teeth. 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 Oh. Hi. Come, I'm feeding you. Oh. Oh.
Soy mamá pata chapisa, soy mamá pata chapi, chula cutilla tu paranchu, chula cutilla tu paranchu. Chaitanyata, una rimasta, chaitanyata, una palata, zapacutimi tu panispa, zapacutimi parlanispa.
Bravo, bravo. So we are entering the archaeological site of Chincheros. And just to get there is truly a hike up. We're just climbing. And, but this is what we signed up for. And we're gonna do it with a smile on our face. So since 2018, we've been yearning to come back to Peru. And maybe once or twice a week, I watch this show called Magical Andes or Andes Mágico. And I've just fell in love with the country of Peru. And now that we're here, it just reminds me why I'm so much in love with it.